I'm still not finished. I'm still recording. All right, question 4. Construct a 60-degree angle using only a compass and a straight edge. A compass and a straight edge. All right, here's my straight edge. You might want to call it a ruler, but it's got a straight edge. So you start off with a line segment. I'm going to name it AB. You don't have to do that, but I'm going to. Just so when I say put my point on A, you know what I'm talking about. Adjust it so the pencil goes through B, and then you make an arc. Okay? Without adjusting the compass, put the point on B and make the same arc. Okay, but really you're just after where it crosses there, but you can make a larger arc if you like. Okay, with those two arcs crossed, I'm going to call that point C, and I'm going to connect A to C, and then B to C, and that makes an equilateral triangle, right? I'm not going to continue with the B to C, but that would make an equilateral triangle, and equilateral triangles, all the angles are 60 degrees, okay? So if you wanted to, you could connect these, and you have an equilateral triangle, and that would be 60, and that would be 60. But in this case, that's 60 degrees. Okay. Question 5, construct a 45-degree angle using only a compass and a straight edge. Okay, well, to get a 45, I want to create a 90 and then bisect it. Okay, a lot of people kind of didn't construct the 90. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this line segment AB, and I'm going to bisect it with a perpendicular bisector, and that's going to give me my 90 degrees. So I adjust my pencil so it goes about halfway, put my point on A, adjust the pencil so it goes about halfway to B, more than halfway, about 3/4 of the way to B, make an arc, put the point on B, make a similar arc, okay, where the two arcs cross, join them up with your straight edge, make a line. All right, that is 90 degrees right here, okay, and I'm going to bisect my 90 degrees. So that's 90 degrees. To bisect it, put your point on the vertex of the line you're trying to bisect, of the angle you're trying to bisect, okay, and make an arc which crosses the two arms, the two legs of the angle. Okay, I'm going to call out those points C and D. You don't have to do that part, of course. I'm going to put the point on D, adjust the compass, make sure it goes past the halfway mark. Okay, and then make an arc. I'm going to put my point on C without adjusting, and make another arc. This arc will fall right in the center of the angle you're trying to bisect, in this case in the center of the 90, and there's our 45. Okay, so this is 45 degrees. Okay, and that's 45 degrees as well. All right, question 6. Bisect angle PQR. So P to Q to R, that's angle PQR right here. So we're going to bisect that. To bisect it, we're going to do exactly what we just did. Put your point on the vertex of the angle you're trying to bisect. Okay, and make an arc which crosses the two legs of the angle. Okay, I'm going to call this point A and B, where my arcs crossed. You don't have to do that, of course. I'm going to put my point on A, adjust my compass so it goes past the halfway point. Okay, I mean the halfway point between the angles. All right, so it can go. Mine's gone quite far past the halfway point. Okay, and put the point of the compass on B without adjusting. Make a similar arc with those two arcs crossed. That's the center of your angle. So put your pencil on the vertex. Draw a line from the vertex to where those two arcs crossed, and that is your bisector of the angle. Okay, you can measure this angle, it's equal to this angle. All right. Question number 7. Find the altitude of triangle ABC. Okay, so an altitude is going to be a perpendicular line to BC, which is going to pass through A. Okay, it's basically the height of this triangle. So to do that, we're going to find what's called the perpendicular through a point off the line. Okay, and the point off the line is A. So I adjust my compass, so it's going to go through, so it's going to make a nice, I'm going to make a nice little arc which goes through my line BC. Okay, and I'm just going to goof up and make my arc too big. Okay, and because a few people did that, I just want to show you what you can do to make it right. Okay, so if your arc is too big, just extend that line. I'm going to extend my line segment BC so it passes through the arc I just made. Okay, because sometimes the arc, you know, like you might end up making an arc that's too small. Alright, so if I made it, you know, start at the B, you would end up with a pretty small arc. It's not too small, but, you know, or if you made it even smaller, you'd end up with like a little blip of an arc, which isn't big enough. It's better to make an arc that's too big and then extend your line segment. Okay, so I'm going to call this point D and this point E. Okay, and I'm just going to take the perpendicular bisector of line segment DE. So I put my pencil on D, I point on D, the point of the compass on D, adjust my pencil so it goes past the halfway point, okay, and make an arc. Okay, putting the point on E, without adjusting your compass, make a similar arc. And then I'm going to join up with those two arcs crossed. Okay, it'll also pass through A, unless I did something drastically wrong. Okay, and there is my altitude. Question 8.